Another man who's always there. He's always, I'll tell you what, when I need help on the left, he's great. He's great. And he's my friend, too. Lindsey Graham, wherever you are. Lindsey, thank you. Oh, no. He helps me on the left. We need help sometimes. Republicans shouldn't need help on the left, but he helps me.
Ooh, Lindsey Graham, get off stage. Go back to your day job that he's a senator. There is Donald Trump again, apparently openly and happily getting Lindsey Graham booed yet again. I knew it was going to happen. I think Trump also knew it was going to happen. It was one of the highlights from his trip to South Carolina. Yeah, Lindsey's state where he was booed. As he's there campaigning still again, talking to the folks. Here's some highlights from his rally outside of that booing.
I flew to Iraq, remember? And I came back. Remember that brave flight when we landed on a runway with no lights? And I said, I want the Congressional Medal of Honor for myself. I said, am I allowed to give myself the Congressional Medal of Honor, Russell? And they said, I don't think that would look too good, sir. I said, I agree with you on that. When I came here, everyone thought Bush was going to win. And then they took a poll and they found out Trump was up by about 50 points. Everyone said, what's going on right here? They thought Bush, because Bush supposedly was a military person. Great. You know what? He was a military. He got us into the Middle East. How did that work out, right? But they all thought that Bush might win. Jeb. Remember Jeb? You have a better chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that.
What? It was a compilation of things that was talked about. So I guess Congressional Medals of Honor that he can give himself or maybe awarded by after he tells someone to give it to him. I don't know. Bush got us into the Middle East because, you know, the Middle East didn't exist until we got into it. And we only got into it when Bush got there because we never heard of the Middle East. We never did anything that affected countries in the Middle East. None of that ever happened. It was just once Donald Trump starts paying attention to things is when they start existing, is what we've discovered about him on that stop. But main thing, Trae, before we go to some of the more fun things that were happening also at this rally, the thing is he's still campaigning like this. He's still looking to skip more Republican primary debates. He's skipping yet the second one. Again, I've been asking other folks this too. Is this a good strategy, especially since he's saying nonsense things like this?
Well, I mean, his people love when he says nonsense things like that. Like that's right in his wheelhouse. You know, they love it. Yeah. He gets to talk about whales and boats and stuff. Like
I didn't get the whales. I don't know.
Mainly, well, here's my best guess. I think it's because in like general conservative philosophy, boats are sweet and windmills are gay and bad, right? So like, you know, he's saying boats don't kill whales, windmills kill whales. And but I didn't know that they cared about whales because saving the whales, that's a hippie lefty thing. So it kind of still doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why he wouldn't just keep doing it this way. It seems to be working just fine. You know, I mean, he's way out in front of everybody else and he just gets to go to play to his people all the time. You know, he's walking up there with a corked bat and just hitting dingers because he's playing it on easy mode. And like, I mean, why wouldn't he keep doing that? You know,
this is the thing. He's there, he's hitting home runs. People are not even paying attention to what the hell he's saying. But I'm trying to figure out also why Lindsey Graham keeps showing up to these events. In case you guys didn't know before, we don't have the throwback. I wish we did, but from before, I believe it was even like earlier this year, Lindsey Graham showed up at another event in South Carolina, got booed mercilessly, walked up there, gave a speech amongst boos. People were done over. It was constant. Even he had to address it at moments. Oh, you guys calm down. It's Lindsey. He's helping me out. It's fine. And they bring his ass back. Again, there's something about watching people who are servants of his be humiliated at the behest of his people. He loves it.
Yeah, as far as the Lindsey Graham thing goes, I agree completely. I thought the same thing. It's like he just like, I bet it probably goes back to when, remember in 2016, before Lindsey bent over for Trump like everybody else did, he was saying like, you know, if Republicans, you know, fall behind Donald Trump, it will destroy this party and we will deserve it or whatever. And, you know, one of the more prescient things Lindsey Graham has ever said, but I guarantee you Donald Trump still remembers that. And yeah, he goes up there and it's like, it's just a power move. It's like, I'm on stage in your state in front of your constituents and merely just mentioning your name and, you know, elicits this kind of reaction from them. This is how much more they love me than you. in your homeland. So remember your place and stay in your lane type of thing, because he's totally that sort of guy. So that's what I think.
More questions on Lindsey, because I feel like you maybe have a better insight than I do. You do one of the hardest jobs I think is possible on earth, trying to make people laugh with your own thoughts and jokes that you come up with in front of them live, standing there with nothing but a microphone stand. It's tough. So if any comedian has ever faced a tough audience, or maybe your jokes aren't landing, something along those lines at any point in your career, what do you do? And if you have that expertise, maybe if, say, Lindsey Graham says, I need a heckler advisor, Trae Crowder, I need you. I'm going to pay you $85,000 a year to be my heckler advisor, to help me figure out how to deal with it. Because everywhere I go, they're booing me.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the problem: is it's like you're working with Lindsey Graham, who I don't think has like the capacity to pull it off either way. Like the only thing, and they're booing him so hard, like from the very beginning, before he even said, they're not giving him a chance. Like sometimes people hear you out and they're like, nah, this ain't it. And then they start booing or whatever. But like if people are booing you before you even touch the microphone, before you even get to the stage, like they're not really giving you much of a chance. The only thing you can do in a scenario like that is, try and play the legendary card played by Bill Burr in Philadelphia a few years ago and just start like going in on them, right? Making fun of them and going back hard and try to earn their respect by not backing down, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing that made Bill Burr's career, and deservedly so. It's like the best handling of that type of situation ever, probably in the annals of stand-up. But I'm saying Lindsey Graham couldn't do that. If he had an earpiece in his head with Bill Burr on the other side of it, coaching him through it, he'd mess it up. He don't have the cadence or the stage presence or any of that for it. You know what I mean? He's got like Mamaw energy. He got command the stage.
maybe he can work on it in the off season, get some skills together before the next campaign season, and he can be there.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.